Welcome to TradeTheMBI.com. This is John. This report is for the 11th, and here we go. We've seen just a little bit of softness coming in from the ES. We've been in this kind of flat, but still, the cyan is underneath red, and we've now got a reset of the steel, which is short-term buyers. Nothing negative about where the orange is. It's near elevated areas and it pivoted lower, but we're not moving into the extreme area, which means we can continue with it. We've still stayed well above the ABM. So while it produces some intraday short situations, overall, it's still not a bad market, so to speak. Likewise, the NASDAQ, I mean, people are freaking out because they think this is too insane, blah, blah, blah. But how many times have we seen this? And now you have a complete reset of short-term buyers. Now, the fact that it's moved to negative 13.5 means they've really faded a lot, as well as now you've got orange above. So we're probably going to see a little bit more draw on the NASDAQ than we will on the ES, and that's going to even things out, which is exactly because, like we talked about it, the disparity between the two is growing to a point where one would have to give up to the other to have a normalization, and that's probably going to start to take place in a little bit of softness. Euro just retraced right back to the midpoint there, and it's at the high end of what the given range was going all the way back into last year. We're still below what those peak levels are, but sustaining itself just fine. And here you have TLT, again, bond weakness right at that key threshold that was the turnaround buy from before, but still presents some issues. It's been a sell since we had the spike right here above 13.5, which I should just put a little line there that makes it easier to see it when we do that. Just like so. There you go. And nothing's changed from there. Now we get a reset of the ABM going on here because with the oversold, the difficulty with this one, and this is where a little bit more adjustments are. Well, this is the old ABM. This isn't the newer version. This is the regular ABM DO. You don't have that orange reset coming back underneath to give you that real strong thrust. So while you've got an oversold and a crossover, it's under fading momentum, so it's probably going to continue to be just a little more soft sideways before anything takes place. And that's something that the DOC with the orange really gives us an added bonus to. USO, it started to turn around with a little bit of an improved shakeout. And we got to that immediate oversold, and this is what we talked about just the other day. When you get into that extreme oversold down at this point, you tend to get a pop. And the fact now that you've got a complete reset and the orange has moved below, that actually has the potential to have a little bit more sustained activity. But, and it's funny now, all of a sudden they start talking about articles about how, they need to be more demand for oil, meaning there's no growth out there. How many years have we been talking about that there's no growth policy, and some of them are just now realizing that, oil cannot sustain itself unless you actually have, growth. This is why we follow it, because it's a key indicator for us on a leading edge to say, hey, how much growth are we really seeing based on oil consumption? Gold, it's in a soft spot right now. We're finally getting into an oversold that's still hitting lower with the shakeout, but we're starting to see some improvement from the extreme histogram, but you can see we get to that same oversold. Tends to lead to a little bit of a pop. Again, not that great with where the orange is at this particular point. Here was the 5K ES. We ended up with a little bit of soft spot. We ended up starting to move lower. I had posted this chart as we just started, but then the orange went all the way straight below the red and triggered and you had the A minus 24, so right about the same spot that you ended up with starting the short. Turnaround comes in and boom, it's a buy from there, and then just as the day ended, you get the short signal, and it's been straight down since that pop above the 13.5 straight cascade. So clean and simple. Loving the way the charts look as far as our ability to see them with the readings. It's just making it so clean. No question about it, I think. So continue to trade well. I will keep posting as warranted.